to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
Over here.
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. To the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
Over here.
Welcome to
Over here.
welcome to the Brother Seamus. Let me assure their brothers. Welcome to the brothers.
Over here.
Welcome. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
Over here.
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
Over here.
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
Over here.
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
Over here.
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
Over here.
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
Over here.
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
Over here.
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Let me assure their brothers. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome. Welcome to the show, everybody. This is the brother. This is the brother. This is your brother, Brother Seamus, with a soundtrack by Zud. This is the same track I've been using for a few days now, but I just I'm kind of used to it. But Zud's got some new work out, and I'm about to tap into that too. I'll probably tap into his latest ambient soundscape on my next show. But for today, I'm going to stick with Dronesape number 9. We can talk about anything you want today. The card that said the future is bikes. That's just a suggestion. Just a suggestion. 509-676-6032 is the best way to engage with your brother Seamus. But I watched the comments on YouTube and on TikTok. I have just enough strength in my graphics card that I can broadcast on YouTube and TikTok at the same time, using TikTok Live Studio to broadcast to them, and using OBS, the free open broadcasting software. which does make it fun and easy. It's fun and easy to make your living room into a public access studio, which is kind of what I'm going for here. I am bringing back leisure suits for anyone who, if you are a person that enjoys leisure suits, you should call me for sure. We can talk about our favorite shirts. I mean, they were in the 70s, really. I think the shirts a lot of them were silk or something silk-like. I don't know if they were actually silk. Probably some cheap plastic imitation of silk, but they were cool shirts, and I don't necessarily need silk shirts back. I just need shirts that have something cool going on with the collar, so you can put on like a black or dark brown or blue jacket, and you can play with your colors here in the collar. And I'm not going to wear a tie. I just can't stand them. So that's what we do on this show. We just talk about stuff. You can ask questions of my friend here, Captain Scully, who travels through black holes or wormholes. And looks like today he brought some magic mushrooms with him from another universe. So if you want to ask Captain Scully a question, that's spelled Skully, and he'll communicate either directly with you through telepathy, or he'll tell me what to tell you. So you can get advice from two psychonauts, Brother Seamus or Captain Scully. And I did want to bring up, I better bring my volume down a little bit on the Dronesape. It's starting to pop off a little. There we go. Get it right in the zone. This is about negative 35 decibels. I did want to bring up the topic of the 4B movement. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the 4B movement. It's appears, from what I can gather, and I'm not an expert at all. I'm just learning about it myself, but I like it. I think men should support it. I'll get right to my thesis. My thesis is simple, that when you have a society that is in any way sexist or misogynistic, which many societies are, I'm not blaming men. I mean, it's up to us to fix it, but if you're in that society, my thesis is simple. Radical feminism is good for men too. They just don't know it's good for them. We don't know it's good for us. But if we all get caught up in shaming, if there's too much shame going on, whether you're shaming yourself or being shamed, we're probably not going to make much progress. So, but the first step is talking about it, right? So whether you agree with me or not is not as important as us talking about what this 4B movement thing is. And how could it possibly be good for men? And I would argue that living in a just society is, number one, that's its own reward. So by helping create true equality, benefits men as well as women, because it makes our world a better place, right? So I want to reframe this idea that radical feminism is somehow bad for men. I think that's what they want you to think, but I think the reality is it's healthy for men too, because it makes society overall more healthy. That's my basic argument. It's a hard argument. Not hard. It's I think it's a concept that proves itself in a way. Like if you build a better world for young women, their contribution is going to help men as well. So why are we denying ourselves the healthy contributions of women by in some way or another keeping the system unfair? So I want to revisit radical feminism, and the 4B movement seems like, I mean, they're claiming on Wikipedia, so let's keep checking it against other sources. I have seen this information in other places too, but it seems like it's fading a little bit in South Korea where it started, but it maybe it's catching on more in the United States now. I don't know. I can't be sure of that. But the 4B roughly translates into English as the 4 no's. And the 4 no's for women are that they will not have sex with men, they will not have children with men, they will not date men, and they won't marry men. Now, I think it's been expanded to include 2 more no's, but I don't want to confuse things. So just keep in your mind, it's basically the 4B movement is what people like to call radical feminism, where to me it's just, it sounds like healthy collective behavior, where women are basically saying, unless you're going to treat us as equals, we're going to cut you off. We don't need that. We don't need toxic masculinity in our lives. So it's basically I think of it as a solidarity movement for women. I'm not saying everybody completely, perfectly sticks to the 4 no's, but the collective response of women linking arms and saying, we're not doing this anymore, fuck you, I think that's one of the most healthy things for society that we could ever run into. I think it's amazing, and I think we should celebrate it. And I'm not saying it just out of respect for women. I'm saying it because I think it benefits me as a man also. Because I don't like toxic masculinity either. I don't want to live in a world where the go-to response is violence, and the most violent person gets to be in charge, the most aggressive person. But you can't fight against aggression like that without some kind of collective response. And so I see the 4B movement as a, you don't have to agree with me, but as a psychologist, I've been in practice for 30 freaking years, which is hard for me to believe. I think it's one of the healthiest things that we've ever come across. And it's not even really that the idea is all that new, but I think it's getting reinvigorated in some ways. And the more that women link arms, the better, as far as I'm concerned. Now, you may not agree with that at all, and that's okay. Either way, welcome to the show. Coming at you live out of Walla Walla, Washington. If you're listening on Q109, please give us a call, 509-676-6032. This is your brother Seamus coming at you live. Welcome.
Over here.
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
Over here.
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
Over here.
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
Over here.
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
over here.
If you're watching on TikTok, I just put up a poll. It's a multiple choice question on which democratic nation is best at voting. Your choices are the USA, Sweden, Portugal, Uruguay, or Texas. You have 89 minutes to answer that question. But I'm not going to be on the air for 89 minutes, so I'll be getting off the air, as they say. Before then. you're watching over on TikTok, it looks like the chat feature is glitched out today. But you can still call me, right? You can still call me at 509-676-6032. You can talk to Captain Scully, who brought us magic mushrooms from a wormhole. Or you can just kick back and listen to the nighttime wormhole sounds of a young musician named Zud, who performs under the name of Zud, I should say. Let's see if I can fix this YouTube problem. Yeah, something happens over here on the YouTube chat function. I think it's trying to do something I don't need it to do. It's having problems opening Firefox. Nobody needs that. Interesting. So it looks like YouTube is fighting with Firefox and refusing to let me open the chat function, although it works just fine sometimes. Makes you wonder. Ooh, and it makes you wonder. So anyway, this is Zud Dronesape number 9. And we've got some other sounds going in the background just to keep it interesting. You know what I might add? I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I love air traffic control. So we might have to add some of that. Oh, I know what I want to show you before I forget. I want to share with you Zud's SoundCloud page. So if you enjoy this music and you don't want to hear me talking over it, which I would not blame you, we want you to get on over to Zud's page over on SoundCloud. Some of you can see that, and then in a second we'll be able to, let's see, there we go. So this is Zud's page. SoundCloud, Zud is spelled Xud. He's out of Grand Rapids. How about that? I hear it's nice over there. So Zud's got a bunch of hits here. Looks like there's been some new work pretty recently. That's excellent, excellent. So go give Zud a follow over on SoundCloud. SoundCloud.com/XUD. Just wanted to give Zud a shout out. I'm going to keep the Zud tab open over here. So that's where you can get your fix, people. If you need a Zud fix, get on over to SoundCloud.
overhead, overhead,
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
overhead,
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
overhead,
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. 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 Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
overhead,
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
overhead,
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
overhead,
Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show. Welcome to the Brother Seamus Show.
overhead,
I think the future really is bikes. I'm not just being sarcastic. I really mean it. apologize for that. Not quite sure what happened there. I got a hot mic somewhere, people. I better figure that out. I don't think anybody signed up for that horrible squelching noise. I think it was just the headphones picking up one of the PA speakers. But we'll try to avoid that in the future. like the way the TVs turned out here. They're a little washed out at the moment, but I like this the stacking effect and that you can see in the bubble. The studio ceiling has a little parking bubble on it. And you can see all 3 TVs stacked up. If I zoom in on one of the TVs, you'll get to see, I think it's an old VHS tape that I just saved, and it's got basically me channel surfing. And I like to keep tapes like that. They're little time capsules, right? But why don't I zoom in on one of them so we can see what I was watching 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Just waiting for the VHS tape to rewind. It's a really long tape. There we go. Some of this is experimental video that I made back in the day. This was the early electronic dance scene. over in Michigan back in the day. I can't remember who was performing, but there was a young dude that was dancing, and he did a pretty good job, as I recall. I wish I could give credit to the dancer and the musicians, but it's been too long, and VHS, it doesn't always come with credits. (509-676-6032) is the number you want to call if you have questions, ideas, or concerns, or rumors, innuendo even. Innuendo is fine. As long as you wink. As long as you wink after you say it, it's fine. That's kind of how I look at it. We were talking about the idea, my simple idea that radical feminism is good for men. It's kind of it's a strange, not a strange argument, what's the right word? It's kind of a tricky argument in some way, because I think, quote unquote, loss of power. This is what men perceive. Some men perceive feminism as taking power away from them. They misperceive it. They think they're losing something, but they're actually gaining, I think, a higher degree of freedom. Because then you can live comfortably in a world. If you attain, let's say you attain perfect equality, which is, it seems like what we're trying to go for here. That's the ultimate beneficial state where humans could then focus more on philosophical and creative pursuits, I guess. It wouldn't always be a battle for survival. So feminism, in my opinion, radical feminism is a great thing for men, and men should get behind it 110%. But I think it's easy to trick people with the idea that they're losing something that's so valuable. They're losing some kind of social power. And it's like, yeah, maybe in some ways you're losing power, but if you step back and you look at maybe the type of power that you're getting in return, which is to live in a society that's safe for everybody. And when you eliminate poverty, we already know this, we just haven't had the guts to really do it. When you eliminate poverty, you start eliminating crime, right? And that's a powerful incentive for all of us to create a more just system. When people are not in poverty and they feel they're being treated fairly, you're going to have less crime. So that's another benefit. There's a lot of benefits. But we have to get over the idea that having a certain kind of power over someone is desirable. I think people tend to cling to power, but if you take a deep breath, maybe for a second, take what do the kids call it? A chill pill. You take yourself a chill pill. You know what I'm talking about. And maybe this idea that radical feminism is something to be feared or loathed or dehumanized, maybe that is an overreaction to something that actually might be good for all of us. Another way to think about it is if you repress anyone simply because of their gender or the amount of melanin in their skin or how they identify or whatever, if you oppress those people, we'll oversimplify the idea of oppressing people. But if you oppress those people and you keep pounding and pounding and pounding on them, then those folks probably, most likely, being a psychologist, I can say this with quite a bit of certainty, they're not going to develop to their full potential, right? They're not. They're not going to develop to their full potential. So then how does that affect you? Well, you're part of society, right? If there are people who are pounded, through economic means by being forced to live in poverty, or by being jailed disproportionately, by being over-policed, or just flat out being kept out of certain positions of power, those folks will never develop to their full potential. And had they been allowed to, this is what I want to preach at you, had they been allowed to be, to develop to their fullest potential, society would benefit from whatever their talents are. But talents that are unrecognized, talents that go unrecognized and undeveloped, never benefit society. Why would we want to deny ourselves those benefits? And that's why I think radical feminism is great for men. It's a fantastic thing for men. Men should fight for it as hard as they can. I mean it. I'm not even being cheeky. I'm not trying to start an argument with anybody. I like to keep things, I was getting a little worked up there, but I like to keep things kind of cool, If we keep our amygdalas in check, we can think better. If you don't let your brain get bossed around by raw emotions, we can probably figure out most of these issues. Even the trans issues, which for some reason so many of you are freaked out about. It's a trick, man. Trans people are no threat to anybody. Except maybe themselves. If suicide gets them. I think trans people are, next to immigrants, one of the most, what's the right word? The privilege, quote unquote, that they're the privilege of being one of the preferred target groups. And of course, it's easy to target trans people. They're a tiny percentage of the population. It's easy to whip people into a frenzy about trans stuff, but if you keep your amygdala under control, keep your amygdala from freaking out about stuff that's really just designed to scare you, like somebody's going to take your kid and give them a sex change operation and they'll come home from school but a different gender. Have you ever heard of such a ridiculous thing in your life? Or all these alleged dangerous trans people in the bathrooms lurking? Have there been any actual cases of that? Or is that just something they used to scare you with? So if we keep our amygdalas under control, folks, we could really do some stuff here, especially if the young voters get on the team. I know there's a lot of cynicism and despair about voting, but hell, more than a third of our great nation doesn't vote. eligible voters that just don't vote. We could completely pass Medicare for all legislation immediately. Bernie's got the bill ready to go. He's got the bill ready for you, the American voter, to approve. But it won't work if your asses are sitting at home playing Mario Kart or Dungeons and Dragons or Stratego or whatever the hell you're playing at home. No, I love games. I love games. Let me be clear. Nothing bad. I don't want to say anything bad about games. I'm a gamer from way back. I want to thank Zud for giving us his music graciously giving us his music to use. And don't forget to follow Zud on SoundCloud. XUD is how you spell it. Let's see. There's Zud right there. Let me give you that out there on the feed. Give Zud a follow on SoundCloud, kids. He'd really appreciate it. He's got a lot of cool imagery. I happen to know Zud from way back, and Zud also makes experimental film. So if you're really into Zud's music, you might take a look at, check him out, follow him on SoundCloud, and I'm sure if you direct message him, he'll give you a link to his, whatever he's got online. Big shout to Zud. Ooh, look, I made a triple, quadruple wormhole here, people. I swallowed my own cursor. That's what happens when you do a show like this. You never quite know what's going to happen, but it's not a big deal. We just give it a quick fix over on the OBS program. Sorry about the messaging on YouTube. It's some kind of fight between YouTube and Firefox with the embedded messaging. And I don't know what those people are trying to do to each other, but I trust Firefox more. And I think you should too. They just seem more reliable. If you want to read about how women are being denied miscarriage care, if you want to read about how their care is being delayed to the point where some of them actually die due to a miscarriage, you can go to propublica.org, and there's a link in the YouTube description for this episode, and you can watch all past episodes that I choose to make available. You can watch that on YouTube at Brother Seamus Show, TikTok at Brother Seamus Show. I don't leave copies of this show on TikTok because they don't really let you save more than an hour at a time, and going through the process of cutting this file up is too arduous, and I'm just not going to do it. I apologize. Please do give me a follow on YouTube if you're out there. It helps me get into the big time. And right now I am about as far from the big time as a person can be. But I kind of enjoy it. There's still a poll available for about 2-3 minutes. The poll is open on TikTok if you want to try it. If you want to try your hand at a multiple choice question about voting. I'll give you a hint. We are 31st. The United States is 31st in voting around the world. We're not good at voting. 1/3 of us don't participate. I think when the young Gen Z folks get all signed up, and when the millennials and the Gen Z folks link arms, they've got a voting block that could give us Medicare for all immediately. Wouldn't that be something? Y'all could run the table if you play your cards right. You want to stop supporting the war in Gaza indirectly? You're gonna have to show up. You're gonna have to show up to the voting booth, man. I don't know what else to tell you. I wish there was an easier, better way, but shit. That's how our system works. Now, we can certainly improve our system. But right now, why don't we just try to pull it out of a nosedive induced by excessive capitalism, otherwise known as one of the 7 deadly sins, greed. We're dying, we're polluting our air because of our own greed. And I think we're starting to realize that having money can cause almost as many problems as it can fix. I'm not saying you don't need money. We all need a little bit. We need enough so we're not in poverty, which is what the real war should be about. We should be fighting a war against poverty. I believe when you decrease poverty around the world, you decrease the tendency for human beings to become vulnerable to radicalization. It's harder to recruit radicals from any ideology when people don't feel desperate and when people aren't struggling just to survive, looking for anything they can do to survive. They're not as easy to radicalize if they're well fed and nourished and safe. So maybe we can do that. Maybe we can focus on that. Maybe we can make that work, but it's not gonna work if we let billionaires run the whole sitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we have to hate billionaires. I'm just saying, really? Because they have more money? We're going to let them have control? We don't know what these people are all about, other than taking care of themselves. I think America needs to get over its love affair with being rich. I'm not saying you should be poor. 'Cause your brother Seamus think, I ain't going to be poor. I'll find a way not to be poor. But I don't need to be a billionaire. I think being a billionaire doesn't make a lot of sense. So if you believe in America and you actually want to make America great again, join a labor union as soon as you can. It's the antidote to the billionaire class. It's the labor union. I think physicians need a union. I don't think they have one. I think physicians need a union now to guard against the predatory hospital corporations abusing them. And I think physicians need unions to help them fight back against the states that have decided that women don't need abortions, even when they're having a life-threatening miscarriage event. I think physicians, we need to start thinking in terms of collectivization. Now, you can call me a commie, you can call me a socialist Marxist. Those words don't really mean anything anymore. I think a more important question we should all be asking ourselves, regardless of who we voted for, is do we want to have a government that is so easy for billionaires to manipulate? Do you want, because right now it's Elon Musk and whoever else, but who's it going to be a year from now? Who's it going to be 5 years from now? Who's going to manipulate the government? Right now, maybe it's somebody you like. Maybe you love Elon Musk, but what if it's somebody else? What if it's a liberal boogeyman? So call me a Marxist, but first you got to tell me what it means. Tell me the difference between a Marxist and a socialist and a communist. Can you do that? If you can't do that, you shouldn't be using the words. I can't do it. I have a basic grasp of what Marxism is and what communism is. And the fact of the matter, all of the isms have their own benefits and their own liabilities. The biggest liability we're faced with right now, and I think this is happening all over the world at once, is can billionaires manipulate social media to a point where they can essentially take over society? Is that what you want? Do we want to let social media companies have that much power? It seems pretty gross to me. But thanks for joining me today and letting me rant. I guess you didn't let me rant. I let myself rant, I guess. I'll be back. Enjoy what remains of 2024, people. I'll see you soon.